serves a $19 pro home cleaning. Your cleaner will scrub everything from your toilet to your stovetop. Your whole place will be vacuumed and dusted. Honestly, you might think the price is too good to be true, but once you try it, you'll never go back to cleaning the house yourself. Pick a date, choose your cleaner, and book your first cleaning today for only $19.
For all the things worth carrying home, we're here.
It's Unfiltered.
If you over 45, don't you stick your fat arm down in that crack.
It's unscripted. It's unleashed.
Look at all the black people in here with glasses. We wearing glasses because it makes us look safe.
As 5 of the most hilarious comics take it to the edge every night. Comics Unleashed with Byron Allen. Every night on CBS, right after Stephen Colbert.
Well, a lot of weather on tap for the week. We add severe weather into the mix. Tomorrow is the big day, that threat encompassing parts of Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, and northern sections of the state of Kentucky. So right along the Ohio River, we've got to be weather aware for tomorrow. Paducah, Louisville, Indianapolis, and Cincinnati, just a few of the cities. Springfield, Illinois would also be a spot to watch. Now, we've got our low pressure system. Notice the warm front draped off through sections of central Illinois, Indiana, down into southwest Ohio, right along these warm frontal boundaries. That's where you can get a little extra spin. We've got moisture helping to maintain the thunderstorms as we've got that southerly flow out ahead of our cold front. So we're going to be watching for gusty, damaging winds, possibility of a tornado as well. But the mid-level winds that have been strong with this system and will continue to be that way, that's going to lead to that threat of 60-plus mile-an-hour winds. Trees could come down. Power outages a possibility as well. But as I mentioned, got an upper level jet. We've got that warm front. That's where you get some turning of wind with height, creating a tornado threat. Right along those warm frontal boundaries, we tend to get just a little extra spin. Those are usually spots that we watch for potential tornado development. So Torcon of 3 right along and just south of that warm front. Again, parts of Illinois, Indiana, southwest Ohio, and northern Kentucky, right along the Ohio River. That's where we could see a tornado watch issued. And again, I would anticipate at least a few tornado warnings here across the area. Thursday morning, we wake up to some rain showers, but it's really the afternoon and the evening that things get going. So you can see by 3 o'clock, Illinois, Indiana, northern Kentucky starting to see that thunderstorm action. That'll continue east. And then we've got some storms here back behind that first area. And you notice the shape these are taking on. So kind of more of that curved, almost like a kidney bean. These would tell us that we might be looking at more individual, more supercell thunderstorms. These are the ones that oftentimes do produce some of the more significant severe weather, the really strong winds, the hail, and in our case, that threat of tornadoes. So that's why we've got that Torcon of 3. Into the late evening, our severe threat starts to go down a bit into parts of Ohio, western PA, and Dr. Nab in West Virginia.
So, Alex, it kind of feels like recently we are getting a little bit more spring-like weather and a little less wintry weather. Is that really the case? Well, not necessarily if you just go by the raw numbers. February, among the fewest tornado reports of any month of the year. But as we get closer and closer to March, the chances get a little bit greater. And March is a dramatic uptick in the number of tornado reports. So, yes, February is kind of near the bottom in terms of tornado reports, but late February especially can be very busy at times. Look at not just the South, but all the way up into places like Illinois and Indiana. We have had a few tornado watches over the last 20 years in the month of February. But I wanted to take a look at some parts of the country that are in February prone to both snow and tornadoes. And which do you tend to get more of compared to January, compared to March? Let's go from southwest to northeast. Little Rock actually averages more snow in February than in January, and about the same number of tornadoes. It's not until March that we start to go in the other direction. Less snow, more tornadoes. But again, late February can sometimes start to behave a little bit like March. Kansas City, similar. On average, more snow in February, although I think early February is where a lot of that comes from. Same amount of tornado activity generally as in January, and then the uptick and the switch in March. But this is interesting. Look, a couple other locations. In Chicago, on average, we do get a little less wintry in February and a little more spring-like with severe weather in February as compared to January. So the farther north we go, the more there is a bit of a signal. Farther east, Cincinnati, a little less snow on average in February than in January. And you start to see the tornado activity uptick a little bit. So especially given that we are headed into late February, it's not surprising that the snow is starting to go farther north, but the severe weather risk is starting to go up as we approach March. So this is the time to start refreshing ourselves. And what do we do if a tornado watch or especially tornado warning is issued? When a watch is issued, you want to get off the roads. If a warning is issued, go to that safest room. Basement is best, but the idea is lowest level, most interior room. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. So take tonight, before tomorrow's severe weather risk, to figure out where that safest, lowest level, most interior room might be.